Hi, this is Angel Jones. I love great conversations where life's journey is communicated not only through words, but tones and emotions. Explosive expressions that allow you to feel what they felt and learned. A fool learns only from his own mistake, while the wise learn from their own and from those others have made. Thanks for being here with us. Good day, Tania Vasallo. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful day?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking, Tania. Tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us meeting?
Tenacity.
Ooh, love it. Love tenacity. Love it. Who did you learn this skill from?
I learned it from my father. Although I'm a Taurus, so maybe some others like to call it stubbornness, but I like to call it tenacity. So I'd say my dad, maybe.
Interesting. And why will you continue to repeat the skill of being tenacious?
It brings me nice surprises and rewards along the way.
Yeah, share with me. Share with me how it has impacted your business.
When I'm tenacious and persisting and wanting to do things, like I said, it brings nice surprises. There's rewards to it. There's success with it. So it's been a good quality to have.
It gives you the courage to be happy, right?
Exactly.
Oh, let's unpack that. The courage to be happy. Tell me more about that.
The courage to be happy. It's a long story, but a lot of it is based on that tenacity and being able to embrace the courage no matter what the obstacles and the fears are showing up in the pathway. And that's what I do for a living. I work with mostly women entrepreneurs, and teaching them and having that courage with their business and with their life and how to apply it so that they can achieve that happiness and we can all get in touch with it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the past 3 years, please.
Three things. I feel like I followed systems from different mentors and teachers. I try and work smarter, not harder, because I have a 3-year-old daughter, so it forces you to think in smarter ways and utilize your time better. And I think another thing that I've used is support. I am a big believer you can't achieve success on your own, so you need to get that support, and that's been a huge one for me.
How does it make you feel?
Like I'm getting somewhere, like things are getting done and I'm growing as a person and expanding in all senses.
Why would you suggest someone do what you've done in that perspective? Getting smarter, working smarter.
I think it goes along, like getting the mentors and the support. I feel like why try and reinvent the wheel myself? If you want what someone else has, just kind of follow their systems and it'll save you a lot of time and effort. So I feel like find the right person that you can learn from and do it. It's worked for me, so I know it can work for other people.
Wonderful.
It's not the only way though. Not the only way.
Yeah, but it worked, right? And it's something that I love when people are selling things they use. I'm a proponent for that, right? I'll sell you something, but it has to be that it worked for me in some form or fashion, or someone recommended it, and I trust them as well. Yeah. So yeah. All right. Well, let's have some more fun. This is the most fun you'll ever have, I think. All right. Probably not the most you'll ever have, but let's have some fun, right? So let me invite you, Tania, into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Tania, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest is going back to, I think I was maybe like around 2 or 3 years old, and I was there must have been like a family gathering or friends party where all the adults were off to one area. And there was another boy that must have been a couple of years older than me, and he was climbing up a wall. And my curiosity led me that way, and I wanted to do what he was doing. So I climbed this wall, and I had no idea what was waiting for me at the other side, which was a big fall. I split my lip, and I just remember blood being everywhere. And for some reason, and I can't, this is where the memory kicks in. I think it's the memory of the blood. And then all the adults giving me either sugar cubes or salt. I believe it was sugar. Maybe it's to stop the coagulation. I'm not sure. I should ask my parents about that one. But that's the earliest. I guess when it's so traumatic, that's when you remember these things.
Yes. Well, so is that why you think it's so clear, that particular memory?
Yeah, I think so. I think it just must have shocked me, at that age, not knowing what blood was and why was that all there, like just not knowing.
Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Yeah, tell me.
Well, the guy who was climbing, did he get to the other side?
I think so, because he was older, so he must have been able to jump, and it wasn't that big of a deal for him.
Well, it's intriguing to me that at the beginning of this conversation, you were talking about the value of a coach and following systems instead of recreating the wheel, right? And it seems as though you learned that lesson right there and then. In terms of, hey, you were following him, but possibly there were things that you could have done to repeat that process in a safer way to get to the other side. Not that you should never do it, but, the consequences are such of learning, and that is pretty impressive.
It's true. You're right. I hadn't thought of it that way, but you're absolutely right. I was already following in someone else's footsteps.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to the top. You just fell when you reached the other side, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
It reminds me. So I'm from Spain originally, right. And I remember we had an English class with our teacher, Miss Dorothy, and she was British or Irish, and she would bring Dire Straits and the record and play the record. Actually, I think she might have recorded the tapes at school. So in order to learn the language, to learn English, she would play music. And obviously they were her favorite groups. And so she would play Dire Straits in the class, and we'd follow the lyrics. She'd hand us the sheet of paper. So I think my favorite songs were, Dire Straits stuck with me, and I don't even know the title, but I think it's Here Comes Johnny Singing Oldies Goldies. So I'm guessing the title is Here Comes Johnny. I'm not sure, but that's my recollection at that time frame.
Amazing.
He got the action, he got the motion. Oh yeah, the boy can play. Dedication.
Alright, well, we have arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form, so it's yes or no. Tania, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
Yes.
How many?
Daughter.
And one daughter, okay.
One daughter.
Do you believe in God?
I believe in something bigger than myself. I'm not quite sure.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yeah.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Nope.
Or about 3 hours a week?
Yeah, I'd say that'd be the average.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 hours a day or less than 8 hours a day?
Less than 8 hours a day.
Tania, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Just say thank you for listening and following your curiosity and seeing what this project is all about. I think that's great.
Hey, my pleasure. I get to meet people like Tania. Wow. Tania Vasallo, thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Amazing audience. Before you leave, there's one person I'd like to introduce you to, Amanda Jones. She is my wife, and her passion is to educate, encourage, and empower.
Hi, I'm Amanda Jones, and I'm a registered nurse. Do you or someone you know have diabetes? According to the International Diabetes Federation, in 2015 worldwide, 415 million people were living with diabetes. Just as that figure is overwhelming, so too can the effects of diabetes be. So, to help simplify diabetes for both adult and child, I've used rhymes in my books The ABCs of Diabetes for Children, and Poems for Patients, a focus on diabetes. At its simplest, rhymes help us to remember. If you, a child or friend, want an easy, reader-friendly way to know about diabetes, then get a copy of these books. For more details, you can go to poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.